Hey everybody, and welcome back to Movies with Mia. If you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Mia Tiffany, and here we are watching the greatest classic films throughout history. Today, we are honoring Black History Month and celebrating Black cinema and filmmakers by watching Oscar Micheaux's Body and Soul. First things first, I'd like to shout out my Golden Oscar patrons. Guys, thank you so much for your continued support of the channel. And if you're interested in becoming an exclusive VIP Tiffany Club member, then I highly encourage you to check out that Patreon link, which is in the description box below. If you're not quite interested in becoming a patron, however you still want to support the channel, why not consider buying me a movie ticket? Currently, all movie ticket donations are being raised to hire an editor, so if that's something that you'd be willing to support, head on over to www.buymeacoffee.com/Mia Tiffany, and I have linked that down in the description. Body and Soul was released in 1925, directed and produced by Oscar Micheaux, starring Paul Robeson, Marshall Rogers, and Lawrence Cheneau, with other notable performances by Teresa Russell and Mercedes Gilbert. All right, at this time, we are going to get into some historical background. For those of you who want to jump right onto the film reaction, go for it. But for those of you who want to stay, we're going to get right into it. Oscar Micheaux was born in 1884 in Metropolis, Illinois. As a young man, Micheaux moved to Chicago to live with his older brother. There, he worked in several different jobs, including shoe shining and working on the stockyard. He also got a job as a porter on the American railway system. This job allowed him to travel, save money, and make connections with wealthy people who would eventually help him finance his films. Now, in 1904, Micheaux moved to South Dakota, where he worked as a successful homesteader. There, he wrote about his experiences working on the frontier. He worked in a largely blue-collar, predominantly white population, and there was a lot of discrimination at that time against Black homesteaders working on the frontier. In 1913, Micheaux wrote his first novel, titled The Conquest, the story of a Negro pioneer, which was loosely based on his own experiences as a homesteader. The novel attracted attention of a production company in LA who wanted to adapt his novel into a film. Unfortunately, though, those plans fell through when Micheaux said he wanted to be involved in the film's production. So he decided that he would create his own production company and create his own films. Micheaux's films were widely praised for depicting lives of Black Americans honestly and faithfully, as well as realistic relationships between Black and white Americans at the time. During this time, production companies were not eager to produce Black films created for a Black audience, so Micheaux did have a hard time trying to get his films seen. But Micheaux found a way to be his own producer, his own distributor, and at sometimes his own financier. Many revere him as a pioneer of the independent film community. All right, on to some interesting facts. So Body and Soul is Paul Robeson's first film appearance. He had already been distinguished on the concert stage and was a multifaceted athlete, playing basketball, football, track, and other sports. I found this next fact to be actually kind of awesome. So Robeson's wife, Essie, actually was the one who made the plans for Robeson to star in Body and Soul. She even negotiated his salary at $100 a week, plus 3% of gross after $40,000 in receipts, which I thought was freaking awesome. Like, what a fantastic wife, right? So cool. Micheaux had employed a predominantly Black cast and crew for this project, which for me, seeing this as a young Black female or a young Black person or a Black person in general, is so fascinating because you don't really get taught that part of history, the early stages of the 20th century. There's a lot of really booming happening within the Black community that you don't get taught about in schools. So just knowing that this is a movie of an all-Black cast really does feel very empowering. You know, I just wanted to throw that out. So upon its release, Body and Soul was met with mixed reviews, some calling it magnificent, others upset at certain depictions within the film. Micheaux had tried and failed numerous times to get Body and Soul approved by censorship boards. Unfortunately, a lot of the boards just found the themes within the film to be, I guess, too risky for audiences, so it forced Micheaux to make several cuts and revisions to the original film. Because of this, the original version of the film has been lost to time, but fortunately for us, there is a restored version that gives us about as much as we can from what has been left over of the film. So with that being said, I am so excited to watch Body and Soul, but before we do, y'all know the deal. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification to stay in the loop. All right, everyone, it is time to grab your snacks, grab your drinks, get cozy, and let's get in to Body and Soul. The Reverend Isaiah T. Jenkins, alias Jeremiah the Deliverer, is still posing as a man of God. Black Carl, noted Negro detective, reports the escape of a prisoner whom he'd had arrested in Tatesville, Georgia, and was bringing north for extradition to England, where he is wanted on several charges. When arrested, the ex-convict and a man of many aliases was posing as a preacher under the title of the Reverend Isaiah T. Jenkins. So the Reverend's name is Isaiah. Well, in the meantime, I wonder why he's posing as a reverend, though, of all things. I feel like that's, like, really risky. I don't know. Is that just me? Bean, it's you. That's different. So he gave him the liquor on the house. I wonder if he knows. If he knows that Isaiah T. Jenkins is actually the ex-con. What contribution, brother? I've laid off you in this house of hell, but I'm thinking about preaching on the subject soon. He's like bribing him. Wow. He's like, that's the contribution he was talking about. I mean, I know it's nighttime, so you're under the cover of night, but still, what if someone sees you like drunk as a reverend? That's gotta be bad. I don't know. Was anyone thinking of this? I'd been like, I clearly see our reverend is a little tipsy, going home. I see she has money in her hands. Ooh, careful now, careful. I love this music that they have in the background. It's so like bluesy and I love it. Oh, mama. Oh. I'd have had a terrible dream. Won't you please come to bed? This is the Autumn Leaf Social Club. So he's the owner of that club. Oh man, waking up from a hangover. He tries to entertain the boys when days off work. Especially on pay nights. The place he wants to get him to one is over at the church on Sunday. That's the place you want to go to, is the church. You have to take me over and introduce me around. So the church is definitely a big, like, hot spot for this town, right? And now it's Sunday. I love that they're using this music. Sounds like jazz, which is like a music that was very much heavily influenced by black musicians. I love that they've decided to put this underneath this. I know it probably was added later on, but it's fitting. Look at his dimples. Ooh! Definitely attracting the likes of that man. Curly, yellow curly. I got it. Win him over with a joke. You can tell he's very charismatic. Look at it. They're loving him. He's like, oh, there's something to this guy. This guy has something going for him. Everyone's starting to listen to him preach, getting comfortable with him. We'll see. I mean, honestly, I would probably believe him too, because he's like, he seems so charismatic. He has a gorgeously delicious smile. I'd have been like, yep, we need to listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. Oh, and the mother is getting all like, starting to fall into the trap. Oh, who's this? Oh. She said nope. Oh. She's like, So this is Sylvester. This is Isaiah Jenkins' twin brother. And I guess he's in love with Isabel, the young girl. Yeah, they'd like to marry. She's like, you ain't gonna marry him? I think he's like an inventor. I had to read a little bit of backstory because I needed some help with this one. He's an inventor who doesn't have anything going for him, so the mother is skeptical of her marrying him. I love how Paul Robeson is playing two separate characters here and has really distinguished both characters. Because even if you don't know that he has a twin brother, you can at least tell that, like, Reverend Jenkins has one way of being. He's very, like, charismatic and smiling, like he just knows how to wow a crowd or woo a crowd. And then Sylvester is very, like, reserved, you know, not very, like, loud and boisterous. So I like the distinguishing of those two characters. Saving is to buy a home in which I is gonna get you when you become a wife so she's trying to give her daughter to the pastor to marry. He's a drunkard and a sinner. Oh, so Isabel knows. But Martha's like, how dare you talk about pastor like that, like completely blind. Also, I'm sure Isabel probably doesn't want to be in an arranged marriage with a man that she doesn't love. Everything's in order. Oh. This is Sylvester and Isabel. So they're still meeting with each other, I'm assuming despite Isabel's mother's wishes. Oh, and here's the Reverend. It's like, hello, Lordy, if it ain't Reverend Jenkins. I think there is something, like, deeper about the fact that he's posing as this reverend and gaining all these people's trust and really using their faith against them in a way. There's something really twisted about that. Is she shining his shoes? Wiping his feet, making sure he's comfortable, not knowing that he's freaking an ex-con, swindling everyone? I wonder what she's gonna do when she finds out, or if she even finds out. Are you looking for someone? Is he looking for Isabel? I send her to the dressmakers, but I'll run out and fetch her. They're just spending time in the field, just talking and falling in love, and it's so beautiful. She's like, what? Talk about your soul. Ooh. He wants to talk about her soul. Look at the way Isabel is like, oh no, he's a bad guy. She senses it. Since I've called to try to save this young woman's soul, excuse you, dear sisters. Praise be unto Lord. Bless his holy name. Amen. Don't excuse it. Wait a second. Don't excuse the sisters. Hold on. I do not feel comfortable being in a room with you. The way that you just looked at me. Oh no, boo-boo. I don't like that. Oh no. His demeanor changed. And she just thinks that he can do no wrong. Now I don't know if Martha and Isabel are supposed to be fair-skinned or if they're like a white family. I don't know. If someone could kind of clarify that, that would be fantastic in the comments. It is a work of the devil and that no account brother of mine. I've warned you, Sister Martha Jane, about letting... I didn't read the verse of that. So he's basically saying, like, that brother of mine is just no good. And of course he can say that because he's wearing a reverend outfit. So of course she thinks that he's a reverend, but he's not. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. He's putting both of his hands... No. Oh man. Later. What happened? What happened? Excuse me, Elda, but has I returned too soon? Oh. It was a great struggle, Sister Martha, but the Lord's will be done. He won. Oh, God. She's crying. God, I hope he didn't take advantage of her, bro. And now, as I must carry his work into the byways of other sinners, I'll be moseying along. I mean, look at her. She's, like, so sad. Martha is totally oblivious to the fact that this man could be not such a good guy. Literally may or may not have just taken advantage of her daughter. Next, my baby. Is she tired? Go lay down and rest while Mama steps in the kitchen and cooks you some supper. I don't think she's hungry, Mama. I think something happened to her. Oh, she just loves her daughter. I think she senses something happen, but she doesn't want to admit it to herself or out loud. It was only the work of the Lord. Wow. Poor thing. Oh, she just falls. And he's just going on his smug way. Oh, she's leaving. Must be telling the world's funniest joke. I do like the jubilance that Martha feels in that moment versus the sorrow and the anguish that Isabel feels. I like the parallel that he has laid out for us. Crushed body and soul. I also wonder if she feels like she can't tell her mother what she experienced because her mother can't relate to her in that way, you know? So she has to deal with this anguish alone, and that's why she feels like she needs to leave. Oh God, and her mom's gonna come home and find her, like, gone. She's out. Oh God, he's like watching her. Slip me a few dollars. Huh. How dare you hold me up, a minister of gospel, on the street like this? He's like, I know you ain't no minister. Don't even try to fool me. Unless you come across with some jack, I'll tell him you're a faker. You're like, you're as much of a minister as I am a saint. I can see right through you, pal. And come with me. You're a nuisance. It's like, you're ruining my jig, man. These games are crooked, all of them. When this book comes back, I'm gonna show y'all how much money we've got saved up. Keep referencing the money, which means that the money's gonna be taken. Her money specifically. Just giving him some more contributions. And all it gets is nothing. Since Elizabeth must have gone visiting, guess I'll count the money. Keeps my money in the Bible because I feels that the Wested sinner wouldn't touch it in the sacred place. It's like no one's gonna touch it. No one's gonna touch the Bible. Oh, Isabel took the freaking money to scam me. I don't know, baby. I think she took it. Oh, but shit, right. Martha doesn't know that Isabel ran away. It must be a lot of money that she saved up too. But her comfort short-lived. Dear Mama, I have taken your money and am running away. Don't attempt to follow, for I shall hide. Please try to forget your heartbroken daughter, Isabel. The realization sets in on her face. She's She's like, I'm gonna pass out now. There's something behind this. Isabel ain't stole my money and run away for nothing. Ooh, Atlanta. I love Atlanta, Georgia. It's so beautiful there. If you ever get a chance to go to Atlanta, go to Atlanta. Under the viaduct on Decatur Street. So she ran off to Atlanta. At least she's still in Georgia. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is so like... that, like, people used to live like this. Like, cars and real life people living in 1925, and we get to see it here in 2023. That's amazing. Months afterward. Okay, now we've jumped months. Meatballs, 3 cents. Oh, did she use all her mother's money? Oh, is that a sandwich? Look how big that meatball is. How is she gonna fit that in her mouth? Oh, I like how he uses that like narrow scope to illustrate like she's pinpointed her in her eyesight. Uh-oh. Half chicken, 50 cents. What accent is that? Half chicken, 50 cents. Oh, he got her some chicken. Thank you, sir. Thank you. May God bless you. And there is something to be said about the fact that she felt more ashamed about her experience than just telling her mother what happened. Follows hers, one studio apartment. Honey, why are you living like this? What has you done with all the money? I never had the money. What? So where did the money go? I ran away because I knew it was useless to try to explain. You would have never believed me. Now they're gonna have a heart-to-heart. Who got the money? Reverend Jenkins. Is that why he was looking so like... How can you? He was looking so mischievously back at their door because he stole it that way, or did she give it to him? I wonder if she just gave it to him. Godly man. Oh, okay, to accuse that man. So she's angry that she's accusing him of stealing their money when he probably did steal their money. I said you wouldn't believe me, Mother. I knew you wouldn't believe anybody who said anything about your pastor, but the time has come when you must hear my story. Wow. Do you recall the Sunday night we were caught in the storm and didn't come home until morning? I don't recall that, but I guess it's the flashback now. Oh, here we go. I wonder if that was created with a fan or something. Oh boy. They're stuck. Cannot seem to find our way. We just kept going in a circle. Wait a second. When did this happen? Okay, I don't even feel like the film hinted at this incident happening. Oh my gosh. So much wind and rain. It must have been near midnight when we finally found a deserted cabin. I observe that this house has other rooms. I'll step into one while you remove and dry your clothes. I was in the act of drying my clothes. Oh God. Oh God. Oh no. No. Don't look at me like that. Oh, the pacing, the slow pacing adds on to that horror feeling of, being in this situation. Half hour later. It was very horrifying. And the shots that he strung together, brilliant. With all that had passed, I made myself feel that Sylvester would understand my helplessness and forgive and help me. It was then we came for your consent to marry, but refusing, you left me alone again with him that day. So then she just must have been in sheer shock. Wow. He changed. No sooner were you outside than he advanced upon me. Oh, I screamed for you at the top of my voice, but you were gone. Oh my god, that is so sad. See me killing me and I couldn't resist telling no longer. Oh, this is where he steals the money. Get it now and be quick about it. Oh, I like how the music is kind of crescendoing here. When they started twisting my already sore arm, I had to yield. One of the Holy Bible. And she said, no sinner. Well, technically he's not touching it, but what she said about no sinner would touch the Bible, like, really just shows you how kind of lost she is in her faith, or so willing to trust someone who isn't quite trustworthy. Looks like cotton. Oh, I think it's trying to depict, like, how she earned the money and what she had to do to get it just for him to steal it. That's so sad. My courage destroyed amid the stress of physical pain and had returned. I walked up to him and demanded that he return the money at once, but he... You white-livered, lying, hypocritical beast, to steal my poor mother's money. Stole it? Why, I never took it. It was you. You who stole it. Oh, now he's twisting the words. The actions. Of course you took it. Do you deny it? You stole it and gave it to me. I mean, like, technically, but you're the one who told me under duress. I'm gonna tell my mom. I'm gonna tell her everything. Oh, will you, eh? Do you suppose she would believe you? You know she wouldn't. Oh my god, he's terrible! He's doing this psychological game in her head. Well, daughter, guess I'll be moseying along. Is that his thing? I'll be moseying along. I give her props for trying to fight him. Or not fight him, but, like, you know, take it back. He punched her. He's like, get up now. The best thing for you to do now is to throw a few things together and beat it on the 4:30 to Atlanta. So he told her to leave. And she felt like she couldn't tell her mom because her mom was going to believe him over her. How am I going to get there? I haven't a cent. He gives her a little bit of her own mother's money to live on. Oh, we need some retribution here. We need to get someone on this. There's $10. That'll pay your fare and keep you for a week. In the meantime, you may decide to run over. I may decide to run over and marry you. And just then you return. Just in the midst of all of this chaos. And the mother's like, I can't believe I let this go on. Like, what have I done? Memories, an incident of the past. Someone needs to stop this, man. Is that gonna happen, or is this just gonna go on forever? So that's why she was crying when he was praying over freaking Oscar Micheaux! And I was not worried at all knowing that in your care she was perfectly safe. Oh, that's gotta be a freaking, like, knife to the stomach. Her mom doesn't even realize that she's, like, crying in anguish. Look at the realization! Oh my god, poor thing. You just lay right here, baby. I'm gonna take care of it. I don't know what's gonna happen. Now how do you convince an entire church full of people that this reverend is not, he's crooked. How do you do that? I hope she doesn't die. Like, that's gonna make me so sad. Oh, don't tell me she just died. No. No, she didn't. No. Why did she die? I don't get it. What happened? And then came the day of days. For on this Sunday, Reverend Jenkins had promised to preach that sermon which is every black preacher's ambition, dry bones in the valley. He's saying, if you could please take out your wallets and give to the Lord. God, it's so, like, murky, isn't it? Really makes you question your morals. These women, God bless them. She gave him, like, a personal tithe. He's just giving the freaking sermon of his life. Everyone is just like, yes. Oh my God, this is so sad. Oh! Did he just punch him in the face? Slap some Jesus into him is what he did. Hallelujah. He's putting liquor in his freaking cup. He punched him again. I need to say hallelujah. I just go back to that because she said, I hide my money where no sinner can touch it, because no sinner would be bold enough to touch a Bible. Oh. She said, stop. I see you. Woo! Oh no, baby. Here we go. What is the meaning of this, Sis Martha Jane? Don't sis me. You know what's the matter. Isaac just come from Atlanta and buried Isabel. Buried her. Isabel is dead, and there stands the man who killed her. It's like me. Oh, I like how the music is getting exciting. Oh no. And then between sobs, she told the pitiful story. Lies. Oh. Oh, and they quickly grab him. Oh, wow. They don't even question Sister Martha Jane. They just say, get him out. I love how there was no hesitation. They're like, you get out of this church and you do not come back. Night, weary and exhausted. Oh, Martha Jane. She's in anguish. She just lost her daughter. Is that the Reverend? Get out of my house. Get out of my house. Get out of my house! He's asking for her forgiveness, maybe? You pampered me. And you ruined me. Well, I'm sorry that you took advantage of my daughter and took the money that I've been working for my whole frickin' life. I'm sorry to inconvenience you, sir. Uh-oh. Who's knocking? But with your prayers, Sister Martha Jane, God's will be done. You can save me. It's the sisters. Do you pray for him or do you condemn him? That's a question, huh? He's got a bloodhound on his trail, and the trail led in this direction. Sweet child, we's going in the kitchen and cook some supper. Bro. She's like, what do I do? Forgiven. Wow. She's like, now just let me rest and mourn. But what is he about to do? Maybe make it an escape? He's gonna get him. Oh! Oh, he got him. Oh, shoot. Oh. Who is this boy that he's punching? Oh! He's like, no, get out of here. Forgive him. Walk away. Don't, bro, don't do it. Don't do it. Show kindness. Some people never change, I guess. While the agonies of the night before pounded away in her brain. Familiar voices from outside. Oh! Isabel? All a dream, only the nightmare of a tortured soul. Wait, was this all her dream? Oh, Mama, Sylvester's discovery has been accepted and he is to be paid $3,000 advance royalty in 60 days. He's rich. You won't have to wait until Sylvester gets his money, honey, because yo, mammy. Saved her. Oh, she's gonna give her the money that she saved. I can't believe that whole thing was just a dream. Oh, and everyone has a happy ending. She's like, thank God. Home again after a honeymoon up north. Also, they got married. And he's rich. That is amazing. Oh, he's so handsome. Paul, you're so handsome. Oh, she looks fantastic. Very trendy for the times. Why don't I play the piano for us? Oh, what a happy ending. That was a fantastic film. Wow. And I really loved how it made you question your morality, your morals. Like, you know, the fact that you had, Reverend Jenkins, who you think is supposed to be this upstanding citizen or person because he is a man, he's supposed to be a man of God and he's a leader of a church, but you realize that he's crooked and he's actually an ex-con who's just trying to swindle people out of their money. I feel like that really makes you question like what your morals are. Would you follow this man blindly without seeing the red flags, or would you really try and like, you know, stop him, right? It just goes to show you how progressive silent films were. And then to tack on the fact that Oscar Micheaux is depicting the real lives of Black Americans, and how they used to dress and how they used to act and what feelings they were feeling and what, you know, issues they had to deal with. He's really going to places that people probably weren't comfortable going to, you know? And then also the fact that we really do get to see Black people being depicted in a very realistic way. Because if I'm gonna be honest, you didn't get a lot of that in Hollywood, you know, in the movies. They didn't have a voice. So to be able to see the struggles and the inner thoughts of Black characters in this film was, for me, very empowering. I can see why they call Oscar Micheaux the czar of Black Hollywood. Guys, thank you so much for watching it with me. All right, everyone, that does it for this video. As always, if you liked it as much as I did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to become an official Tiffany Club member, then I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification to stay in the loop. If you would like to see this film's full reaction, you will find it on my Patreon, as well as our FlickPick polls, which allow you to vote for future videos. And I have put those polls on a long hiatus, but don't worry, they are coming back in March, so be on the lookout for that. I also do hold MWM live watch parties, where every other Saturday night at 6 p.m. Arizona time, we come together and we watch one classic film live via Zoom. If that sounds like something that interests you, then please check out that Patreon link, which is in the description box below. In the next video, we are continuing our celebration of classic Black cinema with the musical Cabin in the Sky. I am so excited to watch this, guys. This is another all-Black cast, which is, I mean, so empowering to see, especially in the classic era. I'm so excited to watch it. If you have not seen Cabin in the Sky, please check it out before watching the reaction, and I have provided links of where I bought my physical copy down in the description box below. If you have a recommendation for any classic Hollywood films, head on over to my website, www.miatiffany.com, scroll all the way down, and you will find our recommendation form. And if you're not sure of what movies I've reacted to on the channel, fear not. I do have a LetterBoxd account under the handle @MammaMiaTiffany. There you will find all of the movies I've reacted to on the channel so far. While you're on social media, why not follow me on Facebook and Twitter @MoviesWithMia, and on Instagram and TikTok @MoviesWithMia_. And as always, guys, this is such a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you, boo, in the next video. Bye, everyone. I'm so proud to be Black in this moment. It makes me feel so happy that we're doing this. I'm thinking too much about my lipstick being on my teeth. Why not consider buying? Why do I always say buying? It's every single time now. It's buying. Oh my god. If you starring Paul Robeson, Marshall Rogers, and Charles Lawrence. Who's Charles? God. Marshall Rogers and Lawrence Chenault. Is it Chenault? It's probably wrong. God, I always have to check, because if it's wrong, and then I get so embarrassed. How did the French say it? How? Chenault. Okay. At the age of 17, Micheaux moved to Chicago to live with his. My brain loves making up words that I don't need at the moment. Like, plans fell through when Micheaux said he wanted to be a fart. Try again. That was so awkward. Okay.